Hi. It's been a very long time. um, Somebody commented on some of my older videos from I guess my last one was like 10 months ago. I'm so sorry. And asked how I was doing, and I thought that was very sweet. They checked in, and I'm sorry I haven't been keeping you all updated. By you all, I mean a handful of y'all. Life has been ridiculous. It's been a shit show. I don't even know where to begin. I had to flee my home. I moved to rural Newfoundland, and I was homeless for 4 months, and and then now I'm in Halifax. Really happy to be here. Nova Scotia, Transcare is really taking care of me. I've been super fortunate to find some absolutely incredible resources. And I've been able to continue on a low dose of testosterone. So if you've watched my older videos, you can obviously tell that my voice has dropped, just like my balls. And yeah, I don't know. What are the updates? So I went up in my dose for a while, and just found that the side effects were too much. I didn't really feel good about it. And so I'm back down to a dose, almost the starting dose. Almost the dose I started on. I hope I can talk about numbers. I started at I think 0.25 IM testosterone cypionate, however you pronounce it, injection. And then, yeah, I went up to 0.4. I think that was my max. Maybe 0.45, not doctor recommended, but I think I may have gone up myself a week or two, a little bit extra than I was supposed to. But now I've been at a consistent 0.3. For 6-8 weeks now, maybe, and it feels good. Like, this feels like, whew, okay, I'm good. I can handle the side effects. Nothing's too crazy. Going on testosterone really fucked with my immune system, so I am severely allergic to corn, dairy, and soy products. Not just like the whole foods, but like cornstarch, corn syrup, glucose, fructose, any soy related anything dairy. Doesn't matter if there's lactose in it. If it's dairy, if it's from a cow, I can't eat it. So that's kind of dramatic. But since there's a bunch of other little allergies too, but those are the big, like, I can't eat them or I will feel like death for quite some time. But when I took my dose down a little bit, like 6 weeks ago, I was able to like eat eggs without feeling sick again, and I can eat hot sauce again, which I couldn't for a long time. It's crazy, y'all. Like, it's absolutely crazy. I don't know if this has affected anybody else like that, but my immune system is like, whoa, what did you put in my body? Ah! Testosterone is intense. But the things that we learn. Another thing I'm doing, I started experiencing some hair loss, some like receding hairline action. So I got some like Rogaine or minoxidil or whatever it's called. And so I used it a little bit. When the dose was higher, it was a lot worse, and my hair was like really falling out in clumps, which inspired me to be more intentional about how I take care of my hair. So actually, I don't really wash my hair very often now. I shampoo it maybe once every week to 2 weeks. I'll rinse it occasionally. If it's dandruffy, I'll use like a 1 part vinegar, 1 part water, and kind of in the shower, get it on my scalp. You let it sit a couple minutes and then massage it in, and it really helps get the dandruff off. And you don't smell like vinegar as long as you shower it all off, so that's kind of a bonus. It's a lot cheaper to have your hair that way, and I'm just really trying to like grow it out long and like take care of it because I love my hair, and so I'm wearing more like protective styles and twisting and wrapping and all those fun things. And I've noticed that the hair loss is not nearly as bad. But also going down in dose helped with that because it was like really coming out clumps for a while. Also stress. If you're stressed, hair's gonna fall out no matter what. If you're stressed and on testosterone, good luck having a full head of hair. It's possible, but it's not plausible, I think, to the same degree. Anyway, so there's that. What else? Oh, bottom growth. Oh my god, y'all. Okay, funny story. Nobody told me to pull it back. For anyone starting testosterone, watch your bottom growth, because I wasn't able, because of my life circumstances, I wasn't able to like watch it like I kind of wanted to. And so all of a sudden it was like a week, and there's something was smelling really, really bad down there. And I would look and I'm like, it doesn't look bad. Like, I don't understand what that smell is. But the clitoral hood was growing. I could tell it was getting bigger. And so finally one day I'm like, I mean, I haven't really taken like a really good look. You know, I'll look down there and I get all the gunge out, you know, give it a rinse every morning in the shower, but what is that smell? What's going on? It was kind of itchy and uncomfortable. And you know, they tell you that when there's bottom growth, it does get uncomfortable, but I was like, this is a different level of discomfort. So anyway, let's pretend this is my clitoris and this is the hood. So here is where it kind of hangs out. So finally one day I pulled back the hood, and all around my clitoris, or my little micro penis that I'm growing, was just like caked in like hard, cheesy smegma. And the smell was so bad, and it hurt, and it nightmare. It was not good. So please, just keep an eye on it. Pull that back if it really starts to grow. From what I've heard, some like cis women or like cis people with vaginas, anyway, sometimes you just have to do that anyway, and people are like in the habit of it. My anatomy was not like that, and for me, testosterone meant that now I have to physically pull back a little bit to expose the tip of my dick, and give it a rinse. And so now I keep on top of it. That was a nightmare. Thank you, Reddit, for helping me figure out what to do. Basically, if that ever happens, you just gotta like scentless soap, nothing in it, and soak it in like warm water. So I was like in like 2 inches of water in the bathtub, and I'm just holding my dick out, you know, and letting it kind of soak, and then gently massaging. It took maybe 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 times doing that a day to get everything cleaned, and it was very sensitive and painful and not good. But I got it all sorted, and now it's just part of my routine. When I rinse everything like I usually do in the morning, just pull it back, give her a rinse, and she's fine. The other thing I found is that bottom growth was something that I was absolutely fucking terrified of when I went on testosterone, because I was like, I already don't understand my genitals. That's already been complicated for me forever. So I don't want to put anything more in the mix, because I feel like how could that possibly make me understand it more? Well, turns out when you're trans, sometimes those things do make things make sense more. Anyway, I love having a dick. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. I've been talking about having a dick, like a phantom penis, my entire life. So now I'm like, oh, now I have one. So anyway, I was able to get a topical testosterone cream, which you have to get compounded, because you can't use like just a regular like tea gel, because it's alcohol based, and that's just alcohol and genitals. They just don't mix very well in terms of like sensation. So you kind of have to go get it mixed, and so it's just this nice little cream, and I like do a little clicking thing, and then you just pull it back and rub a little bit on the tip, and then rub it on the whole clitoral hood and the base of it and everything. And that just like, because I love the bottom growth, but the testosterone in my system overall felt like too much, so I took the dose down, and I got the cream topical so I could keep with the bottom growth at sort of the pace I was going, but go down on my regular dose, if that makes sense. So that is an option. You can get a topical cream. And you know what was for me, because I'd heard of it, but I was like, oh, I don't know, like, is that too greedy? Like, oh my God. And then I found out that some cis women in like sex and kink communities get a testosterone cream for their clitoris anyway, just for sensation. So I'm like, oh, if cis women are doing it, if cis women are literally giving themselves hormone therapy for pleasure, like there's literally no reason I can't. So why wouldn't I? So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, the more you know. Third and final thing, I'm getting top surgery, y'all. I'm getting top surgery. I've been in the works trying to get that happen for a long time. I got it started where I was living before, and then I moved, and Newfoundland trans care is not good in Newfoundland. It's just not. It's very lacking. Just beware. Better in St. John's, supposedly. I was in like the western, more rural, and it was, oh my God, was it a struggle. So props to anybody in Newfoundland trying to do that journey, because I couldn't do it. I had to leave and move to one of the most trans-friendly places in Canada, which is where I am now. Anyway, so all of the moving everything around, had to restart every time that I went to a new place. Restarted the process in Nova Scotia, and I was put on a list, and the waiting list for the one person in the whole of Maritime Canada, one top surgeon in all of Maritime Canada. And so the list was just getting longer and longer, and I was like, well, maybe in the spring, maybe next summer, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, they brought this new doctor who's from Halifax, but who was in Toronto for a while, and has now moved back to Halifax to head the whole top surgery thing in the Maritimes. And I met with him. I was like one of the first on the list. He was fucking fantastic. Dr. Jukadar, I believe is his name. So good. And yeah, I mean, because I'm like on and off a smoker, and I was smoking for a while because of like stress and stuff. He was like, because we're in a private clinic, you just have to go off of like all smoking for 6 weeks before surgery and after surgery. And I was like, done, no problem. Today's my last day. So yeah, 6 weeks. And so I'm just kind of waiting to hear back from the receptionist. I hear cats. I'm waiting to hear back from the receptionist about like booking a specific date, but it's looking like mid-November. So I'm like, bye. Very exciting. And last night, actually, I had an incredible, like one of the most vivid dreams of my entire life. And I had top surgery, and it like happened early. It was like, oh, we're having it now. Oh my God. Sorry, the cats are really going at it. I live with cats now also. That's new to me. They're hilarious. I love them. Anyway, I had an incredibly vivid dream, and literally like I got the top surgery, and I've never felt more euphoric in my life. Like I know I'm going to feel great when I have it done, but in the dream, I like experienced it like fully, and it was so much better than I even could have imagined. To the point where like when I woke up from the dream, I was laying in bed and I was like, I don't want to move so that I can stay here and not have boobies. Because if I move, you know, and it was like, you know, it was fresh surgery too. So I was like, oh, I can't move because I don't want to hurt my chest. Meanwhile, I'm awake, or, you know, in that kind of between dreaming and awakeness. And I was like, please let me go back to the dream, because I know when I wake up I'm gonna have boobies, and it feels so good to not have them. So anyway, that's how I'm doing. Oh, other thing, I'm going back to school. I actually started school a couple weeks ago. I'm going to the Canadian College of Acupuncture and Traditional Chinese Medicine, and it is just blowing my whole world apart. It's the most, I've never been so passionate about things. I've never been so passionate about things in my life. I'm so excited, and I'm really, really excited to learn acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine techniques to support trans care, because I really care about trans care. And like some of the side effects of going on the hormones are like super intense. Acupuncture and TCM herbs and stuff and all these different applied therapies can help with the side effects. I'm also really interested, I think probably way later in my career, but eventually I want to try and find like herbal forms of hormone therapy, because I know they exist out there. I've heard of them. I don't know where to find that information. I don't know the niches yet, but I know that that's a thing. And for me, I've never seen myself as someone who's going to stay on a pharmaceutical drug for a really long time. I just don't love pharmaceuticals. I'm super grateful for them, because obviously testosterone saving my life, super grateful for it. But also there's certain effects that are irreversible that I'm kind of just waiting to get to that point where I'm happy with them. And then I really want to go off. And then I want to try and find some herbal some kind of way to maintain kind of an energy balance between, for lack of a better term, masculine and feminine vibes, because I feel very neutral inside. And so, yeah, I think testosterone is going to get me to a point. I'm really excited about that. I'm thinking probably 2 years total. I'm coming up on 1 year, which is like honestly fucking crazy. Yeah, but that's kind of like my journey and kind of where I'm at. I know I'm going by Zaz here. I'm kind of starting to go by Reed on social media. So I don't know. I'm just like, we're playing with the online personas a bit. But I'm still me. So what up? But yeah, you can see like hair growth. I've got this nice little mustache really coming in beautifully. I'm very excited about. And all of these, I used to just have like scraggles. Look at all those. Look at it. And like my sideburns are kind of coming in a little bit, which is sort of fun. My eyebrows, like you can't really tell, but I can tell they're starting to get a little bit thicker. I'm getting a little bit of unibrow here. I'm also using minoxidil. Like I'll use it here. I'm not good with like daily stuff though, so I haven't been using it quite so much lately. But I'll use it a bit here, and then I'll use a little bit on my eyebrows, a little bit on my mustache, a little bit here if I want to. Because it just stimulates the blood flow so that your hair grows more. So you can, don't put it on your genitals, but you can use it lots of places for hair stuff. It's really expensive though. I didn't know how expensive it was until I went and bought it. You could probably buy it cheaper at like Costco or like, I don't know, but just beware. I mean, that's pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals suck for that purpose. Way too expensive and inaccessible for that reason. But we're gonna change that as a society. I'm looking forward to it. So, there's a lot of horrible trans-related news in the world right now, especially in the States. Hats off to y'all living in the States who are trans. I couldn't do it. But you know what? Like, we're human. I thoroughly, firmly, truly believe that that it's just love wins. Love wins. Being your most authentic self wins. It always wins. And, you know, if you're not ready to do that yet, it's totally within your right. There's no pressure for you to. But, like, there will be people ready with open arms to accept you somewhere, you know, when you're ready. And I just encourage anyone on their journey to just continue on it if you can, and, you know that I love you and I see you. You know, trans folks out there, I see you. Non-trans folks out there, you know, I see you too. Thanks for watching and caring about trans people, because we need non-trans people caring deeply about trans people to help us out, you know, to be our advocates, you know, when we can't always advocate for ourselves. So, you know, props to y'all. Anyway, much love. All the best. I'm going to try and keep a little bit more posted, especially through the top surgery stuff, because I know that top surgery stuff, like, there's so many questions around it. I've got a lot of questions around it that are getting answered progressively. But yeah, it would be great for me to be able to share that process with y'all so that that's out there and it's another resource for folks who are considering surgery for themselves. Yeah, anyway, much love, all the best, and talk soon. Okay, bye.